Hey guys, welcome to FreckleFace Finance, where we discuss personal finances open and honestly so that you can live the life that you deserve. So today we're going to be discussing the Metaverse, which unless you live under a rock, you have definitely heard the term the Metaverse. So this video is going to talk about what the Metaverse is and how you can get in early so that you can invest. If you're anything like me, then you probably didn't hear about the Metaverse until Facebook decided to change their name officially to Meta. If that is the case, then you, just like me, are probably a little late when it comes to what the Metaverse is and everything that it can do. But lucky for you, I took the time to do a ton of research on what the Metaverse is and how to invest in it so that I can provide this information to you guys. So if you want to thank me for doing all of the research so that you don't have to, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified for future content that I put out. Okay, so let's get started on what the Metaverse actually is. So the Metaverse is a virtual reality where users can interact with other users as an avatar to experience things that they would normally experience in the real world or things that they normally could not experience in the real world. So for example, I know that Disney is interested in creating a platform in the Metaverse. And so what that would mean is that if you're not physically at Disney, you can still experience walking around, seeing the characters. I even envision there being some type of 4D where you can actually feel it. So like maybe your controller will vibrate, or maybe there's a puff of air that comes out of the headset or something like that. So that's kind of like how I see Metaverse world going. And so that would be a great example of how you can interact in the Metaverse. Another example, if you want to take it out of Disney or out of a gaming aspect, may be a reality or a virtual reality where you can actually go to work in the Metaverse. So you get up, you put on your headset, you walk to your desk, and you are able to interact with your coworkers in a work-like setting, but it's within the Metaverse virtual reality. So as you can imagine, there are some pros and cons to the Metaverse. Now, I encourage you to do your own research, but I will highlight some of the pros and cons. So some of the pros that you can imagine with the Metaverse is the Metaverse actually being able to bring people together. So just like social media, the Metaverse will be able to connect people that may be not physically connected in actual reality. So for example, if you have grandkids and you want to see your grandkids, but they live in a different state than you, they live too far away from you, being able to connect with them in a Metaverse will be a great way for you to be closer to your family when you're not physically able to be closer to your family. And then one of my favorite aspects or things that I'm looking forward into the Metaverse is that you may be able to experience things that are just not humanly possible in actual reality. So for example, I can walk around as an avatar, and I think that that is the coolest thing. I think that the creativity in it, the graphics were just amazing, and I personally am looking forward to experiencing that type of sci-fi realm in the Metaverse myself. And so as you can imagine, there are some pros, but there's also some cons that people anticipate with the Metaverse once it is widely distributed. So one of those cons is that people believe that the Metaverse will be addicting. And I definitely have to agree with that, but I definitely feel like social media in itself is addicting. So I can imagine that the Metaverse will have some type of addiction aspect to it as well. Another popular con that people believe in the Metaverse is that it will make people lose track of what is real and what is not real. So I'll let you guys determine that for yourselves if you think that that will be a main issue when the Metaverse is widely distributed. So as always, although I highlighted some pros and cons to the Metaverse, I definitely encourage you all to do your own research because I'm just a YouTuber. I'm providing this for just educational purposes. So I definitely think if you don't know something about a particular topic, then you should definitely do your own research on it. So don't just go by what people say, what people tell you, or your own disbeliefs because you have a bias on a specific subject. I definitely encourage everyone to go out and formulate their own opinion through research that they have done. So I personally am in favor of the Metaverse, so my opinion is going to be biased. I just want to put that disclaimer out there. Alright, so now that I talked about what the Metaverse actually is, I want to go into how you can actually invest in the Metaverse. So we are definitely still very early. Although you may be late in learning what the Metaverse is, you're definitely not late to investing in it. So when I was doing my research, I pretty much broke the investment opportunities for the Metaverse into 3 sections. And that is going to be software, hardware, and digital assets. So we'll get into those right now. So one of the software aspects that you can do in order to invest in the metaverse is to actually invest in Facebook. I personally think that that would be a great investment, because I think that even if Facebook or Meta doesn't get their metaverse virtual reality onto a platform, if it's not operational, I still think that Facebook is definitely going to be around for a long time. So I definitely don't think that you can go wrong with investing in Facebook. So the software aspect to Facebook, also known as Meta, is that they plan on building a digital platform for the metaverse. They actually want to take over it, which I kind of feel like Facebook wants to take over the world, them and Amazon. But they pretty much want to build a virtual reality where you can put on your headset and walk around Meta or Facebook and interact with your friends. You can look at different products. You can buy inside metaverse assets. You can change your clothes. So they want to create a platform for you to be able to walk through and experience the metaverse. So right now you can buy Meta stock at around $207. So it's a little pricey in my opinion, but if you would like to be a long-term investor, which I would recommend, then I definitely think you really can cost average and go in, and then in the next 10 years I definitely see that stock going up. Now I do have to say this, although when I first heard of the metaverse, it was through Facebook. They're actually not the first ones to do it. They actually don't even have it off the ground yet. But there are actual companies that have a actual live up and running metaverse. And so I'll talk about those companies now. So the next software company that you can invest in order to invest in a metaverse is going to be Unity Software. And so Unity Software actually has a up and running metaverse. So they've actually been around since 2004. And so in order for you to get a concept of what Unity is, you're familiar with Shopify or with WordPress, where you can actually build your own website, but you're not building it from scratch, so you don't need to have any type of coding experience. Unity Software is very similar to that. So pretty much they let you develop your own games on their software, or pretty much on their platform, without having any type of coding experience. So you can just go onto the software, you can plug in different items and kind of get the game and be able to build a game the way that you want. And so if you're not into building your own games, there's also a portion of Unity Software where you can go and experience as the user. So that makes it very awesome too, because not only are people who are interested in actually building their own games interested in it, but also the users who just like to play other people's games that have been developed onto the site. So Unity Software is currently trading at about $103. I think that that is a good price to go in, personally, because I am a long-term investor and I definitely see Unity Software being around in 10 years or 5 to 10 years, which is how long I plan to keep my investments. So if you're interested in investing in the metaverse, then I definitely think Unity should be a stock that you consider. So the third software company that we're going to discuss today is actually Roblox. And so that is definitely very similar to Unity Software, but I would say that the main difference would be the graphics. So Roblox is highly compared to a virtual Lego version. So when you look at the graphics for Roblox, it's definitely very similar to Legos. So just like Unity Software, Roblox is an up and running metaverse and has been around since 2006. So they're definitely not new to the metaverse and virtual reality realm. What I think that makes Roblox stand out from the rest is that they are actually hosting virtual concerts. Maybe not me and you, but if you was able to hold a concert and you were able to sell tickets, then I'm sure that you can have a concert in Roblox. So maybe not me. I don't think anybody's gonna pay to like hear me sing, even though, you know, I think I have a good singing voice and I'm also a rapper. But anyways, I digress. So Roblox is trading at a $50 price point per stock. So if that is more of your price point, then I definitely think that Roblox will be a good stock for you to invest in if you're interested in holding long term for the metaverse. Okay guys, so now that we've discussed the metaverse software companies that you can invest in, which were Facebook, Unity, and Roblox, we'll now discuss what companies you can invest in if you're interested in investing in the hardware side of the metaverse. So the hardware section is going to be a little bit short. And it's not like there aren't other companies that are investing in the hardware side of the metaverse. I just personally have a favorite that I think is blowing all of the rest of the companies out of the water. And that is NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a technology company that designs graphic processing units for the gaming and professional markets. It's also involved in making chips for mobile devices and cars. So pretty much all of the computer companies, all of the software companies, they're all going to need to purchase some type of computing chip that is going to allow them to process all of this data at a lightning speed, pretty much way faster than we're computing any type of data now. And so I personally think that that company is going to be NVIDIA. And I can also say personally, I currently invest in NVIDIA. And if you are currently investing in any stocks in 2022, everything has been red. Everything has just been going down, 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 y'all. And what I can say about NVIDIA, it is pretty much one of my only companies that I'm investing in that has consistently been green over the last year. So if you're interested in investing in some type of hardware aspect of the metaverse, I definitely recommend that you look into investing in NVIDIA. So besides NVIDIA, I will definitely make some honorable mentions. Facebook definitely has that Oculus headset that they're promoting and they're pushing out in support of the metaverse. So you can invest in that. Snapchat, they're coming out with some type of like goggles that you can enter the metaverse in. So there's definitely other companies that are investing in the hardware side or the actual user interface side of the metaverse. So you can definitely look into those companies as well. So now that we've discussed the software and hardware companies that you can invest in, if you want to take a stab at getting in early on investing in the metaverse, I'll now talk about the digital assets. And so this portion of the investing is just, it's huge. It's huge, and I'm not going to be able to cover it all in this video. I might make a separate video on it, but I'll definitely go over what the digital assets categories are if you want to invest in a digital asset aspect of the metaverse. So your digital assets would be NFTs, and so this can be in the form of your actual avatar. It could be in the form of carrying a Coach purse or a Louis Vuitton purse in the metaverse. What type of shoes is your avatar going to wear? Is your avatar going to have a pet? So those type of things will be considered NFTs, which are non-fungible tokens. And I know you guys, unless you live under a rock, have seen all of the news and all of the controversy on NFTs. So it's definitely a lot to go over that I cannot cover in this one video. But I definitely want to make you guys aware that that is an option if you're interested in investing in the digital aspect of the metaverse. So not only do you have NFTs in the form of avatars and actual wearable items, you can also invest in land. So I believe that the largest digital land asset that was sold occurred at the end of 2021, and I believe that that purchase took place for a whopping $2.4 million. So you're not late to the game when it comes to the land, but I don't know if your pockets is that deep. I feel like the average person, their pockets is just not $2.4 million deep. And so if you guys are interested in how to purchase that land or what the differences are in that virtual plot, you can definitely leave me a comment below and I'll try to make a video on it if I get enough interest for it. So besides NFTs and digital land, everyone's favorite part to invest in the metaverse is actually crypto. And I know that you guys know what crypto is, but I will say this: the most popular cryptocurrency to invest in if you want to invest in the metaverse is going to be Ethereum. And so a lot of the metaverse blockchains and the metaverse worlds are actually built on Ethereum blockchain network. So if that just goes right over your head, then make sure to leave me a comment below, and if I get enough interest, I'll make a separate video on the different blockchains and different cryptocurrencies that you can invest in. But for this video specifically, which is on how you can invest in the metaverse, Ethereum is going to be your number one cryptocurrency that you want to invest in, which you're actually investing in that blockchain so that you can get in early on investing in the metaverse. So if you've been keeping up with Ethereum like I have, because I personally have some, I have some digital assets in Ethereum. I have some coins. If you've been watching that cryptocurrency has been doing like this all year long. It's 3,000, 2,000. I think the lowest I've seen it go down to in 2022, I believe, has been like 1,900 or something like that. Since 2022, I think that the highest that Ethereum has been around 3,500. So that is $1,000 difference. So crypto is definitely not for the weak of heart. Definitely not for the weak of heart. Like, if you like a steady growth, crypto is not for you, boo. crypto's not for you. But that stock has been doing like this, or that coin has been doing like this. But if you're able to stomach it and able to keep your money in, I definitely think that it's going to pay off in the long run. Because like I said, all of these metaverse opportunities, or these stocks and cryptos that I've mentioned in this video, I recommend that you hold them, whichever ones you decide to invest in. I recommend that you hold them for 5 to 10 years. Like, I think you're going to see your most growth in that 5 to 10 year span. So I definitely believe that Ethereum in the next 5 to 10 years is going to take off. I definitely feel like it already took off, like since 2020. Like, it's been growth. So just imagine holding on to that cryptocurrency for the next 10 years as different companies fight to pretty much take their space in the metaverse. Alright, you guys, so hopefully this video was not too long. I tried my best to keep it short and simple, even though it is a very, very complex topic. So if you believe that I missed something, or if you would like me to expand on something, just leave me a comment below. If you found this video even a little bit helpful, please make sure to like and subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified when I make future content. As always, I hope you all the best, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Thank you so much for watching.